What's up, everyone? All right, Hunter's back. Got the compilation today. Little, just some snips, clips of places that I went. Nothing crazy, but I do have some fun stuff to show you after. So stay tuned. Shouldn't take too long. Like I said, they're just small samples of what I was looking at. I just kind of went to a couple of frequent places, some places that I go to, and didn't need to show you like the whole place. So maybe a shelf, maybe a movie, maybe a this or a that, who knows? But it's coming up right now, and then the haul. So stay tuned. Let's go. All right, came for something special. Came for something special. What could it be? Stealing home? Yeah, it's special, but it's this one. uh-huh. Good price. I just got to get it autographed. Hey, what's up, everyone? Okay, so done with the little clips, the shelves, the movies, all the different stores that I went to. There was a lot in the last couple of weeks. I think this is what it is compiled, this particular new haul of stuff. This I kind of keep it on this little box or uh, tote per se that I have of movies that I haven't been able to put on a shelf yet. And when it starts to fill up the top, I'm like, okay, it's time to show you. And this pile is just getting pretty big. So as you saw in the maybe thumbnail or maybe in the description, if I even put it, yes, I finally got lucky. I finally found a grail, or even grails, let's call it, because I found multiple out of print movies that I've been wanting for a while. So they'll all be here today. But with the first one, like I said, I just happened to go out after work. I was going to pick up a different title. I already did some research, found they had a title of this particular movie at the store. So perfect. Went, but as I always do, I happen to check, if you're going to go pick up a movie, you might as well look what other movies have come in, maybe take a look at the new stuff. And sure enough, the fresh fish, I call it, the freshly traded in items. Oh, it had one of the things, one of my grails, one of my movies that I've been looking for forever in the wild. Yes, I can buy it online, but it's super expensive. This movie is super expensive online, and I never want to pay it, the price. So I'm like, one day I'm gonna find it in the wild. It's gonna be a good price, all of that, blah blah blah. Finally happened. Finally happened. On a just whim, random stop after work. And this might be more common. What's happening is my shift's changing. They're taking away my work schedule that I have now, that I've had for a couple of years, that I've adapted to and got kind of used to, really, with the movie hunting days. So all that's changing, I guess, in a month for me. I don't even know yet what is changing to. So once I get that figured out, then I'll figure out how I'm going to hunt. But if it is going to change to a certain time, I might have to do more after work hunts, more night hunts, which I don't mind. I try not to go out at night, but it might be fun. So with that said, anyways, I don't want to get too wasted time off that because I have a lot of movies and randomness to show you. But the first items that I did get, and there's still a ton more good stuff that came in. I got some Orbit stuff, some Vinegar Syndrome stuff, some back to, I think, the House of Use for 50% off stuff. Another stop at the Merchant Square, like antique store place, and picked up, I think, a movie, but I know some more cards. So I don't know. I got a whole bunch of random. So we'll get to it. Uh, but the first one, The Book of Love. It says it's a raunchier comedy compared to like Porky's and whatnot, but I don't recall it. It's rated R too, but I don't recall it being that raunchy. Um, I wanted to rewatch this movie so bad, and this is the one that I've mentioned it, kind of hinted at. The one I passed up at the book off. That was a little overpriced and kind of dinged up on the disc, not the cleanest. And then it went out of stock at the Wally World, and I'm kind of glad it did because this new copy, brand new, was the cheapest I found it. So I think it was $16.99, something like that, $17.99. But the one I think at Wally World was like 22, and then the one at the book off was like 25. So yeah, ended up working out in the long run because I found one copy of it. Boom, there. So book off. I'm sorry, Book of Love. That's the movie that I went to the Zia for, but then I was able to find, of course, boom, Sleepaway Camp 3 with the slip cover. I already own the 88 films. I got the new Sandpiper version of it. I already own the movie twice. But this is one that I've wanted since I started collecting Scream Factory for so long. It's finally here, Sleepaway. I love this stupid movie, this part 2 and 3. I love it. Um, so, uh, anyways, Angela was sitting there on the shelf for, was 39? Yeah, 39.99. I thought it said 139, and that's why I was like, okay, at first glance, 139. Like, probably whatever, I guess. I'm like, even that's a little overpriced, maybe $100. But I was like, wait a minute, there's no one in front of it. There's no one. It's at 30. I was like, okay, that's the cheapest I've ever seen it. It's the cheapest I'm ever going to find it. I didn't want to waste time thinking about it. I was like, I just grabbed it. I was like, okay, I'm just taking this. When I took it, I'm like, you know what? Because they had a lot of Scream Factory. Somebody turned in a whole bunch of Scream Factory. Whole bunch. They had a bunch of movies. But I didn't see part two. And that's the other one. I was like, please have part two. And there's this pile, and I kept looking on the little shelf and didn't see it. But I was like, you know what? If someone turned all this stuff in and they had part three, they had to have part two. My brain starts working, thinking, the mouse on the wheel starts spinning. And they have a glass case. They got the other areas. And I was like, maybe the glass case. I go, of course, to go out. I'm like, going to go to the glass case. Start doing the little thing. Boom. They had part two. I was like, let me just take a look. So I had them open the case. $49. Only $10 difference. Again, cheapest I was ever going to find the damn thing in the wild. Maybe not. But again, I mean, for 5 years lately, because I think it's been 4 or 5 years that I've been trying hard to look for this in the wild. And I hadn't found it, like online, yes, for $100 something. And I just found one of these, this one, part two, a couple of months ago at another Zia, and they want 120. And I almost got that one. I was so glad I did it. I was like, oh God, thank the Lord. I didn't pay the 120 and I waited and saved $70. So I got stoked. I was like, you know what? Smart thinking that. So I got both of them now. I got the whole thing, 1, 2, 3. I already had part one. So I was like, I just need 2 and 3 for the Scream Factories to make me happy and my brain complete with them. So I was stoked. Done. Got it. Out of the way. So on to the next thing. Let's get to these movies because I got a lot just in here. But I was so happy with those. Now there's another good one I found. Will come up in a little bit that I was happy to find as well. It's got a print and been looking for it for not as long as these ones, but yeah. Let's do some VHS because let's just get the VHS out of the way because they're right in my hand. I got a crisp, clean copy, an Anchor Bay edition of Near Dark. I already own the HBO film one. I think it's like HBO release one. But this one is different, a little different cover, and it was so clean. So I grabbed it, Near Dark. Like the movie, I already have the Blu-ray and the VHS DVD. I already had all of them, but it was a good price too. And then this I couldn't leave because I don't ever see the VHS of this. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night Part 2. I have Part 1 and 4 on VHS, and I don't have 2 or 3, so boom. I guess I'm just on the hunt for one more for the moment. To kind of get the 1 through at least 4. Anyways, very clean. Love the cover art in this. Good price. Picked it up. I know not everyone's into your VHS, so these are the only 2 I have. But for the 2 or 3 out there that do enjoy this, wow. So happy with those pickups. Let's see. Let's get this out of the way. We got Army of Darkness, Funko, Ash. I don't have the evil Ash, but maybe now I'll look for it and get it. I don't know why I grabbed this, to be honest. I think it was like a just good deal, good price or something. I love Army of Darkness. Bruce Campbell. I love a whole bunch of this aspects of it. I'm not the biggest Funko guy, but I guess if I'm going to get one, I don't mind an Army of Darkness Ash. So grab that. That's one of the next things. Let's get I guess we'll just do the cards. Let's get those out of the way. So, again, coming up soon. I'm going to try to open all of these together with the other packs that I have. I'm just going to probably get one more because I think I have 9 now random individualness. So I just want to get 10 to just make it, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a 9-pack open. But we got a Gremlins, an OG Gremlins. Why not? Looks cool. Maybe I'll get like a little gizmo in there or Spike or something. But I did grab a Blair Witch Project. I was like, why not Blair Witch? There you go, a little bit better. This one says look for special foil inserts. So maybe I'll get a little foil insert. We got a Alien 3. Alien 3. Why not? And then we got a Harry and the Hendersons. Not really horror. Sasquatchy Yeti, you know, but Harry. I couldn't pass up a Harry and the Hendersons. So that was the 4 that I got of those. Real quick, Vinegar Syndrome. Just get that out of the way. I was gonna do multiple videos, but I was like, you know what? Let's just do it all in one, jam-packed. 15 minutes of showing you movies, 20 minutes of showing you movies. Why not? Why not? So I did get the Drop Zone. I did get it. It's in here somewhere. One thing about the Drop Zone, I'll tell you about this in a sec. So I did get the little parachute edition, you know, the little parachute guy that comes with it. It was like a $2, $3 difference. So I said, why not? I was like, whatever. So the only thing though, and I'm not I don't care that much, but I guess the more I sit here and think about it, so I don't want to talk about it too much, because then it will dwell. But Vinegar is 100%, in my book, best artwork, and they package everything's great. The only time I've ever had any problem with them was this time. They did send me the Drop Zone, but it is damaged. And I'm not gonna, I don't know. I have so much Vinegar Syndrome over there, like a ton. And none of it's damaged. None of it's ever come damaged. But I'll get it on there. So you see this corner right here, guys? Boo! Oh my gosh! That cart, they dropped my damn drop. They dropped the Drop Zone. They dropped it. Oh, like. Anyways, I'm not gonna cry over it, you know, because I mean I don't really collect all. I'm not gonna collect all this. Cinematography, however you pronounce this one. I'm not going to collect that line, all of them, so I'm not going to like really care, I guess, in the long run. I just want to watch the movie. But it still was kind of, man, Vinegar, you let me down with one movie finally. It's not like I've ever gotten any other damaged movies from other companies, so it's like, you know, I got a ton of used stuff that's got dents or dings and rips and all that, whatever. But Vinegar, that was my first one. Anyways. So, Drop Zone. And then we got Joy of Sex. Been wanting to pick this up. I think I've seen this. 80s, like, sex comedy kind of thing. But I don't recall. So I'm going to have to watch it and be like, oh, yeah. I remember now. So, grab that. Put that back in the bubble. And then I finally picked this up. I do collect pretty much this line. But I am missing one now. And I waited too long. And now I'm going to have to pay top dollar if I want to complete it. But Navy SEALs 4K, you know, chunky box. Great, again, artwork. This is the one that has like the magnetic, you know, kind of pop open thing. Let me see if I can do it a little bit. So, yeah, it's a beautiful edition. I can tell you that. But Navy SEALs. I've been waiting on it because I already own like a Blu-ray of this, so I didn't like have to upgrade right away. And it's starting to get down to the 1,000. I could have waited even longer, but I just wanted to kind of fill the box up while I was ordering movies. Let's go with this pile. All right. We got 2 piles left. So let's just jam through this. All right. So I finally grabbed number 1 of Pitch Perfect. Don't know when I'm going to watch it. Probably not for a long time. Okay. Did I put this aside for a reason? I don't know. Anyways, the header. Excuse me. Oh, damn. Anyways, the header. It's not the header. All right, let me put this down. Let me put these other movies down. I got burned again. It's really the head. Oh, is what I did. Oh, my stupid place. Again, I'm kind of good. This is from the House of Used, so it was super cheap. It was like $1 or something, and I was like, okay, why not get a Synapse DVD, you know, for like $1 or something? I was like, why not? But they're all sealed up. They're all wrapped. I can't tell what's inside the quality of the disc, so it's flipping coins. So that was one I didn't really get. 1941 Blu-ray, didn't have this, so grabbed it. Took a chance on Rapture Palooza. I like the cast. I have no idea if it's going to be good. Craig Robinson, Anna Kendrick. Rapture Palooza. So took a chance. This I do have a DVD of, and I love the concert, so I upgraded AC/DC. So can't go wrong with some hard rock, boom. It's really good if you've never seen it. I'm starting to look at my pieces that are like missing of sequels and the third in the sequence, like just different movies that I don't have all of. And thought I had all three of these, but I don't. So I only had part one. So now I have part one and two. So I got Equalizer Part 2. I know I've seen it, but I didn't own it. At least I think I've seen it. So I'm going to have to watch it again to make sure. But I figure I'm going to just grab cheap copies of the, I'm going to find a cheap copy of Part 3 when I'm out somewhere. And boom. There's another one. Another one for the household family night. If. I don't know if it's good, but I'm going to take a chance. It was the cheapest I found because it's still fairly new and they didn't make a lot of this, I think, or something. But found it, a cheap used rental copy. And the disc, I already had to go back through all of these now that I got burned with head. And this one looks good. It looks like it's okay. There's no scuffs on the disc, so I'm hoping for good things. Cheap Scream Factory that I didn't have. The Axe Murders of Vasilla? I don't know. It's based on some kind of true story thing. I'm intrigued, so going with that. Sean Whalen, I think, is one of the back. His funny looking face is kind of what intrigued me. So, and Scream Factories for $4, $5. I don't mind. First Sunday, I think, was another one I thought I had. Just kind of want to rewatch, so I'll grab this. Enjoyed it last time I watched it, for the most part. So First Sunday. Another one. The Little Girl Who Lives Down the Lane. Another one that's on the higher, don't say higher price, but in the 20 to 30 range, I guess, every time I come across. And finally, when I could get it for cheap, I was like, whatever. Flipping the coin again on the disc quality, or even if it's the right disc. But sure enough, nobody rented this, I think, because it looks brand new, minty. It's the actual movie. Win-win. So wanted to watch this Jodie Foster flick. Now it's in my collection. This one I'm taking a good chance on. It's clean, the disc, but Boarding School is the main reason I got that movie to take a chance on. I've never seen Kill Cruise or Choices with these three actresses, so why not? Natasha Kinski, Demi Moore, of course, and then Elizabeth Hurley. So Hollywood Hotties edition, 3-pack of these particular movies. Boarding School is, though, the main one. I've been trying to get all of these Ghost House and the other series, what is it? Masters of Horror, stuff like that. The ones that look interesting. And this one looked fun. Trackman, unrated. Trackman. So they're usually pretty short stories, quick, easy. Yeah, 81 minutes. So I don't spend a lot of time. They get to the point, kill some people, done. So we went with Trackman. And then another movie I love from my growing Blockbuster days. I haven't seen a copy of this either in forever. The Super with Joe Pesci. Great, underrated, one of his flicks. He was like a slumlord and trying to get these people out of the apartment building he owns, but it turns one of those heartwarming change of heart kind of things. It turns out that he ends up liking these people. But The Super was a good one. So found that, grabbed that. Final stack. Let's see here. I'll put them like this so I can just grab them, go. NWO The Revolution 2-disc set. I found this at one of them thrift stores for super cheap. Don't recall watching Hulk Hogan during this stage with the other dudes. Who was it? I can't remember. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. But I'm a Hulk Hogan fan, so I was like, what? Let me just give this a whirl. It's kind of like a documentary. Showed some matches, so super cheap, worth a little bit of money, I guess. A little more, I could always get my value back, or my money back is what I'm saying. So grab that. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. Just trying to, again, fill those pieces. It didn't have part 2 of Lion King, so why not? Diner. I don't think I've seen Diner in killer cast. It's got a lot of good ones. Steve Guttenberg, Daniel Stern, Mickey Rourke, Kevin Bacon, Timothy Daley, Ellen Barkin, Paul Reiser. So a bunch of like pretty good hitting stars from like the 80s. But I don't remember if I recall the Diner movie. I don't like. Have you seen this? I'm gonna have to watch it. So, Badasses too. Badass is good. I like for some reason that movie, and so I'm like, I might like part 2. Grabbed it. Okay, the Huckster. If you guys follow Huck from, I think it's like Huck's Pop Culture Movies more, like, can't think of the whole name. The Huck from YouTube, guys. Anyways, this is his movie. He's in the movie. He's the bird boy, the bird man, the bird guy. Been looking for this forever. Found it, Steel Frontier. It actually looks pretty good. Mad Max with a twist. So it was pretty cheap, and I was like, okay, I would have paid even $10-15 probably just so I could give it a chance, because Huck's a cool guy and I wanted to watch. I don't know if I could get the good best thing, but it's right there. It's right there. So grabbed his movie. And then Guns N' Roses, Use Your Illusion Tour Part 1. Didn't have Part 2. Maybe I'll find that in the wild again, or one day and grab it. But it just felt like some GNR live. I love my concerts, and boom, grab that. This one. Okay, so hold on. Let me get this out here so you can see the whole cover. I didn't take off the whole plastics on this one. So I got four movies when I went out to pick up this other particular one. Let me clean these off so you can see everything. This one, though, I might need to leave the sticker on because I don't know if you can see everything on this one. Or should be able to. Yeah, okay. This one's safe enough. So, okay. Okay, Bugbuster. Randy Quaid. This looks so stupid but good. A creepy comedy that will make your skin crawl. I couldn't leave it behind. This one was $4, so I was like, why not? But these ones, we'll see. They're both were $4.99, and then $5. Okay, so the first two, this was for $5. I couldn't $4.99. I could not leave this. Bugbuster. Never seen it. Never heard of it. It says it's a sci-fi comedy. You guys know anything about this? Comment below. And then this is the one I went for, and I ended up picking up these other 3 movies. Wedlock. You guys remember Wedlock with Rutger Hauer? I have the VHS of this. Didn't even know there was a DVD. Happened to just like come across my VHS when I was looking for some other movies. And I'm like, you know what? Let me see if there's a DVD of it, so I could put another one on the list to hunt for. There was a DVD. There was one in my area. Grabbed it. And good price. Thought this would be like more like $15 to $20 at the store, and it was, $4, $4.99. So this, I was going to pick up a while back, I think through Orbit or Grindhouse, I don't remember. Test Tube Teens from the year 2000, it's known as. But it was listed for Full Moon for Virgin Hunters. $5. I couldn't leave this one behind. It was in the glass case. And when in a glass case, I was like, this is probably, like $25 or something. Because I think online it's like $20, $25. So I'm like, I don't think I want to spend full price. But when I looked at the spine, and I was like, because you could see some of them, but it was like $5, and it's not $25. It's $5.99. I was like, $5? I'm not leaving this one behind. So great find with that. Now my there's the other one. I was like, yes. I guess besides sleepaway camps, that I was happy to find with all this stuff, was finally a copy of Heavyweights on Blu-ray. I have a DVD, which I'm sure a lot of you do, but the Blu-rays are a little harder to find. Also in that 20, 30, sometimes it's up to 40 it could be, but usually 20 to 30 range. So I was happy to find it. Actually, you know what? This one actually was more like closer to 30, 40. But it just never could be, never for me. It's hard to find. Boom, found Heavyweights. Yes, there we go. The campers. We're done. We're almost done. Final three. So, Last three that just came in as well. We got Man Killers. Why not? This is one of those slasher video, like all a film spinoff, right? I think, yeah, Martini Films, yeah, slasher video. So Manhunters. Looks like it's a female Dirty Dozen. We got a shark movie, Into the Deep. I like shark movies. Wanted to give this one a whirl, so I'm kind of going in blind. Hope it doesn't suck too bad, but grabbed it. And then my final, which is actually, this is a good one to end on. I own a DVD of it, and I'm pretty sure it's a bootleg of it. And this is not a bootleg. It's a Via Vision release. Still a DVD, but I'll take it. Come on, Via Vision, do a Blu-ray. Somebody do a Blu-ray of this. Would love Vinegar Syndrome. Put out one of their, like how they did Daryl and Sidekicks and Cloak and Dagger. Totally would fit. The VSA line, I think it is. But anyways, Gleaming the Cube is what we are going to end on. So one of probably the best skateboarding movies ever besides Thrashing. Can't think of any other good ones. Is it Lord? Not Lords of Salem. I can't think of the other one. You know, I'm thinking of another skateboard movie. I just can't think of it. But yeah, Gleaming the Cube, great flick. And just figured, why not? I needed my 3 for free media free shipping. And it's been in the cart a while, and I don't mind having this edition. Since all I have is the bootleg. So they're all on the pile. They're all scattered here right now. I'm not going to pick them up to put them in a stack for you. So go back and look at them if you'd like. But that's what I got. I got a whole bunch, as you can see, but very happy to finally check off some more of those unicorns for me. Sleepaway Camp 2, Sleepaway Camp 3, Heavyweights, probably my favorite of the, then everything else is good, but very, very happy to finally get those 3 done and checked off. Book of Love, I guess, number 4. Put that. I'm not going to rank these right now. In my head, I'm starting to rank them all out. Virgin Hunter's number 5. So, let's end it. That's it. So, if you're feeling it, if you like all the movies, all that stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Later.
And yes, this was left out, but a little post-production bonus add-on. I did end up going to Horror Mongers. I got Bob Elmore to sign my Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 Breakfast Club Edition cover art. Video treasure, VHS, yeah, all that stuff. I have 2 of them, so I figured why not get one of them signed. And this is what you saw in there on the quick clip. And we'll end it with that again. Later.